Audio input capture. That must be it, right? It must be it. Hello, Bobito. Man, I'm here now. Uh, okay, guys, it will be good now, for sure. There is no way it's not working now. No way. Okay, let's add the tables. One more. One more. Uh, all are full. But the good news, we have the sound. Okay, and we have the table also. Okay. No, we won't see it. It's 100% sound. 100%. And the unwritten rule is that first stream after 2 years needs to be 20 minutes without sound. So we honor that, and now we can go into the stream. Unfortunately, I don't have any idea. I know this guy, and I don't have idea about these guys. So we won't have big of the sample, but maybe I can find tables with people I know. I see one table like that, where I know 3 players. Okay, just let's see on the big blind versus small blind. Just to see the approximately the range. This is mix of a tribute and a call. I'm gonna call here Hirayama. Let's see. Yeah, I know much more players in this, so I'm gonna just transfer here. Go like this, and we are ready. Okay, I'm gonna go like this. And I think on fourth color we can bet. When we have like this, it's smaller chance that this player has like ace 10, for example, with the 10 of spade. Let's see, he's went to showdown. Pretty high went to showdown. But he's gonna have like many pocket sixes, pocket sevens, pocket eights. Let's see fold versus river. And I need to rep like a queen X here. I'm gonna do it with this size. Because basically we rep like queen X. Queen jack, queen 10. But he has high went to showdown. It would be better that four color got there. Okay. And now I see my now I see my voice. Now I hear my voice. Okay, great. We're gonna go 1/3. Guys raising with this size. he reps like I don't know what. We'll see now what he will do. Again, I think this player can also like raise pocket sevens here. Which size we're gonna use? Let's see, he's went to showdown. Oh, that's the same guy. Okay, gonna normal size or shove. I'm gonna go for shove. It's pretty hard for him to have a jack, but he has that big of the went to showdown, so I'm gonna ship. And also, we should probably go for a lower size because we are blocking the jack X. But I feel like he probably doesn't have anything. And if I'm bluffing there, like with hand, like a6 that floated, I would just shove. So that's why I shove this. We see his 80% calling range. It's not many hands, but this guy is probably defending like everything in a big blind. Okay, this is fold. I just can't believe that I don't have many hands on people. Okay, have 2.4 on this. We have, okay, we're okay on this table. Seven nine fold. Let's see just what happened there. Just to see how the hand played out. Okay, this guy called. This was 3-bet or something. And he didn't go for a stab, he did go for a check raise, okay. This guy shot. Okay. Interesting. I would 3-bet the ace jack off against this guy. Fold here. I think we're gonna need to add another table, and I'm gonna add this now with the players I'm familiar with. At least 3 players that I have a sample on them. 3 players at least. This guy doesn't fall to 3-bet, it seems at all. He's probably gonna continue like 40% of range. I'm just gonna put myself on the list where I know the people. Pull, pull, pull. One third. I really like this pop-up, big blind versus small blind. Here you can see the range of the big blind defense. You can see exactly what they float, how much they fold, what they call, what they raise, how they play against delay, what are their stabbing frequencies. Really good one. But I want to have a bigger sample to show you. And also I want to show the multi-way pop-up. Multi-way pop-up is the best, because in multi-way there are no solvers, and people play it very differently. Some of them c-bet a lot. You know what I notice, they c-bet really a lot. They c-bet with garbage hand. You want to identify them. Also, I mix a 3-bet with ace jack, big blind versus cutoff, and I use polarized range, big blind, like stuff like king 6 suited, queen 8 suited. He's opening 23%, so a lot tighter than normal. %, that's like ace 10 off. He c-bets most of the range, you see, and on this board he will c-bet most of it. And float ace jack. Let's see his double barreling frequencies, what he double barrels with. Here he double barrel ace 10 off on a queen turn, and then gave up river. He'll probably c-bet like also king queen here and king jack. And I don't think he's betting like pocket fives here with this big of the size. I think he would use a smaller size. Okay, he has 9x. He didn't bet it on the turn. Pretty strange. Open here, 3-bet here. This guy didn't 3-bet one time big blind versus small blind. He didn't 3-bet at all, so I'm gonna fold it. Let's see this guy, what he called. Okay, we don't have a sample on him. If I don't have a sample, I would say like what I think a normal player in a pool would call in that spot, and we would act like that's his range. And also I didn't add myself into the list. I'm gonna do it just where I know at least I want to know 3 players, where I know I have a good sample on them. By that way it would be much more useful. I found one table, I added on the list, and I'm gonna go and I want to show you also a really good pop-up on the river, 2 of them, when you're on the river and you have a sample and you can know where if you want to bluff or not. Really good pop-ups to see defending on the river against opponents, how they defend river. This guy is really tight. Even against us it's 14%, but we don't see the range. Okay, we see that he did use little polarized ace 10. Okay, 8-10 not suited. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna 4-bet here. Let's see his squeeze. He only double barrel once, and it was with queens. Here he should be betting like ace king. he should be betting like king jack. I'm gonna fold because I just don't know his double barreling frequencies, and just gonna fold it. Just to see. Let's go back to this spot. So I think we can call here with, we need to call sometimes with the force. This guy should be bluffing all blockers of queen, like king 10, king jack always, ace king. But I see a tight range and I don't know the player really good. I don't know his double barreling, so I think float on the flop with the backdoor draw is must, but I'm gonna release it on the turn. Even he go half pot on the turn, and I don't know why, and I don't know what that means, because if he has a strong range pre-flop, and the size should be bigger here. I don't know, is he saying like I'm betting pocket tens here, pocket nines with that size, and he's gonna check river with them. Okay. We can go smaller and big size here. I'm gonna go with the bigger one. This guy has, you see, this is calling range, and when you, I'm gonna go 3-bet here with a bigger size. You just sum this up, this call range and 3-bet range, and basically you get his whole range to see percentage of hands that he has in that spot. And that's in that way you will always know the hands that he has, and then you just divide the range from, if it's 3-bet spot you go for a 3-bet to see what hands that 3-bet, and if it's call spot just exclude 3-bet hands from a range, and you know exactly what hands he has. Okay, we have sampled him. I think until we open the new one it will be okay. I see only one table where I know like 4 guys, and I have also one where I know 3 of them. I'm gonna open those one, and I'm gonna release this one. This is the pop-up I wanted to talk about, which I really like, and I think a lot of players would like it. It's a versus river bet pop-up. So you're on the river spot and you don't know what to do with your hand. You're not sure if it's 100% of the bluff. If it's mixed strategy, you can go here and you see this is how the player how much player folds out of position versus river bet. Generally, how much he folds, and here you can go against every size. You can see their strategy, and you can see if they are bluff raising, and you can see if you go hover it, you will see the hands they done that. So here you have the lines that can happen. For example, after betting turn, so the guy bet turn, check on the river, and you just go here and see, for example, this player folded 2 times on this side, one on this side, so you will probably have a profitable bluff when he's checking turn, when he's checking river after he bet turn out of position. So stuff like this will be really helpful. And also after calling turn you will see how much he defends. After check turn you will see how much defense on the river. So basically in every line you will see their defending strategy and frequencies. And you also have that for imposition, and that is really good. Especially I like this against small sizes, because we want to have a lot of blocker bets on the river, and you will see if the players will raise it a lot, like they should be raising that small bets a lot, and then you will see do you want to defend that part of your range which will be probably a weaker one with defending with that small bets on the river, blocking bets. That would be a range that will be a little bit weaker. You will mix the strong hands also, but it will be weaker, and you want to know to see how people play against that. Really useful to know. We opened it. Mr. Bruce called. You see that this guy's calling queen 10 off, 6-9 suited, so probably let's just go here. If I will just see later if I know the players. Okay, I'm gonna go 1/3. He folds, I would say, decent amount of, okay, it's on one occasion, and it's only, okay, this is a little more reliable. I'm gonna float it. Just let me check this one. And here we're gonna go for a blocker bet. 1/4. So when you're in this spot, it's always nice to check how he plays against that smaller bets. This fold. Okay, I'm gonna go for to Mirsam to see if I know players. Okay, I have bigger sample and it's all Rex, so it will be better. We're gonna sit out here. Play 3 hands and that's it. We're gonna have I on this table I know every player, but the table will be breaking, so unfortunately nothing. I'm gonna go to another one and stay here. Fold there. Usually I have a check range. Multi-way in these spots, especially on the monotone boards. Let's see how this player. Okay, he did stab a flop 1 out of 1. Even I feel like a small bet would be good here. I'm gonna go with a small bet. Usually I have a check range in these spots, but I'm gonna go for a smaller bet. This player is a fish, so we can go with the bet, and I'm gonna go with a small bet here. I'm gonna go with a small bet again. I just think he's gonna raise it. No? Okay. I don't like this other table. I don't know. Another table I just got into the waiting list. I don't know any player. I'm gonna leave it and search for another one. Search for another one. Fold here. Usually when I play, I know what most of the players, because I played last year. I started to play entities and I played a lot on stars in last year, so I know a lot of them. But every time after finish entity session, I played cash games, and when I left 1 or 2 tables, I add cash tables, so I get a good sample. I played almost 200,000 hands. Okay, just let me see. Hmm. Nothing here, nothing. Hmm. But usually I start playing like in 1 in the morning. So that's the also reason why maybe there aren't so many familiar faces. Okay, let's see his defending range versus cutoff. So this is calling range 90%, and we count 10% of 3-bet range. He's around 30%. In that range, there shouldn't be ace 9 off. Even against the cutoff, should be ace 9 and ace 8 off. But if we are sticking against percentage, he shouldn't have ace 9 off in the range. And that's a big deal, but just want to see. I think he probably has ace 9 off, and it's a sample issue. On this board, I think king queen is better with a bigger size, not with a smaller one. And also hands like queen 10, you want to bet bigger. Jack 10. I found one table I know players. Let's see. Okay, I joined in. He's defending everything. He's repeating 12%. Against us he's 25%, but it was only 1 of the 4 times, so it doesn't mean anything. Okay, I have one table immediately. We can go, and I will have bigger sample here. Okay, we're gonna just close this one, add this one, and that's it. Okay, and I would also close this one because we have sample only on him basically, and on him if I see a table with more sample, I will add that one. And also now I also have one cool options. Look at this, I added just to see why it's not working. Okay, it's working now. So we zoomed into one table. I'm gonna check it. Guys, see betting 70%. He checked here, so probably like some showdown type of hands like nines and like 8x. I'm gonna go like this with the bigger size. We could go here to see just how he reacts on. He folds really a lot versus river bet, so I should use smaller size. Magic Orange is here. Thanks, Magic Orange. Let's go like this. Okay. And I don't know this player. Just gonna check it fast. So Farkel. He's reg. And he's pretty tight. He opens like 14% in this. Double barrel 0. Let's see this player. check raising 16% of hands. I wanted to show you, and I would like that we get into a spot, in a multi-way spot where we have sample, and then we can talk about multi-way strategies, because multi-way is really, you need to have information how people play in that spots. You can make a big edge in those spots. I'm going to check nines. Let's see the range, 22% plus around 25% of hands. That's a little tighter. Just let's see the hands. Okay, he has 9-10 off, so the numbers are not correct. Ace 5 off. Okay, let's see his stabbing. Turn stab versus us a lot. Let's see the sizes he uses. So bigger size, trash, pair into bluffs. We're gonna call nines. Step turn, bet river. Frequently, he has like, if he has 9-10, we are blocking that, but if he has it in the range, he has queen 10 off, probably in the range. He uses bigger size now. I played against him and I didn't feel that he's bluffing really much. We're gonna go here after betting turn. We see that he has bluffs in the range and he's turning pairs into bluffs, but even hands like ace 3, if he's turning into bluff, he would feel he would use at least a pot. But based on here, I'm gonna call. By this size, he's repping king queen. I don't think he's betting queen jack with this size, so he's repping like king queen mostly. Okay, king 8. But that's basically the same hand. And also on this board I would check. But I know against he doesn't bluff against me, but even here we see a lot of bluffs in the pop-up. That's why I called. But from what I played with him, he's not bluffing me. King 8. Just let me see if I know the players here. Peonia. I'm gonna go to Peonia just to see. And the table broke. Okay, just we're gonna play here. Just to see. Okay, I had to sample onto these two guys. It's gonna be okay. I'm just not gonna check anymore. I'm gonna add myself on one list where I know them, and that's it. And I'm gonna quit with it when it goes that table free. We will add it, and that's it. Okay, C1. And this is pretty. I would say fold. Yes, this player is really tight. He's a fish, but he's really tight, so I would fold it. Could you turn up the microphone? I can. It's okay. 3-bet here. I'm gonna go 10. Oh, let's see the range. It should be around 19% call range. This guy calls a lot more, it seems. King 6 suited is okay call. Ace jack, king jack is okay. Let's see his 4-bet range. Okay, ace king. later we can go for tabling and. But I really wanted to talk about the pop-ups and spots. Uh, I think a couple of them are really, really important, and it can give you sick informations if you have sampled. Multi-way pop-up, for me, it's people don't usually use it a lot, but it's crucial. Even if you know just the range of players, many players from pool have different ranges. Some of they overcall stuff like 9-10 off. Others like have a really narrow calling range in that spots. So you want to identify all of them, because if player calls really widely, they will have a much more hands. They will hit boards differently, and to know that information, it can help you a lot. Okay, we have Hirayama, and on Hirayama I know one, two, three players I know on Hirayama, and I will leave this one for Hirayama. I know one, two here. We have three here. This player folds and delay a lot. If he folds a lot on c-bet, I'm gonna go for a check and go to a delay. Fold here against this size. When I see delay numbers high, I just don't need to bluff with this type of hands. I can play with the delay, and it will work good. I will close this table because I only knew. Even I think it's okay table, because there are no here. Two of them are short. Okay, other table is broken, so I don't need to do anything. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it as it is. And I'm gonna check gold pen to see what, probably fish, but gold pen, bank, gold bank. Yes, it's fish. Let's see, just in a multi-way pop-up, I want to see this player, how he plays. Let's see his overcalling range. You see, hands like 8-9 off, 3-4 suited, okay. 10 off, okay. But around 35% of hands, from what I see. And let's see his c-bet in a multi-way. C-bet in a multi-way out of position, I want to know 22% of hands. And we see a top pair with kicker, and we see a bigger size. On multi-way, on most boards, you want to have check range multi if the regs are in play, because you just can't c-bet when there are two ranges that are strong. Bjerg Fanboy asks me, why don't play high stakes when you're crashing so hard? I got a kid before 3 years, and basically I didn't go to higher limits. I didn't do much at all. My time stopped, my life stopped, and I was concentrating on my family. I need to work some life issues, uh, like home, new car, stuff like that, and I take care of that. And now I have a now I have a plan to go to higher stakes also. So that's why I'm also playing on stars. I like these games. I like stars software, and there are no scripts and stuff like that. So I'm gonna also play higher stakes. If you're gonna be with me on the stream, you will see that. I'm gonna 4-bet fold this hand. I'm not gonna 4-bet fold. I'm just gonna fold. So I'm gonna play on stars, and I also play on iPoker, but there are scripts there, and the tables are breaking pretty fast. It's annoying. A lot of scripters, and basically you can play without script. And on stars, it's just much better. And that's the plan. I'm just gonna play. Now I have a opportunity. It's easier for me now when the kid is bigger, and it will be easier. That was my first child, and my life whole changed. And I just didn't want to take any risks. I didn't even play a lot. I started also to play MTTs. I started working on MTTs also, and I also plan to play high stakes MTTs. And if you're gonna be on a stream, I will show those one. Okay, let's see approximately a range. Okay. We need to go with a little bigger size here. Our range is pretty strong here on this board. He needs to float ace queen here. Hands like Jack 10 with the backdoor draws. All pocket pairs he needs to call. And what I was trying to say also, uh, I think I explained it okay. That's like last 3 years of my life. Uh, but I really want to play, I really want to play bigger entities. Uh, Now I play like $500 maximum stake. Uh, I really want to play that higher, and every star series when it starts, I'm just crazy. I just want to, because entities for me feels like sports a lot, and that feeling when you're just uh, you're playing with, I don't know, 1,000 people, 2,000 people. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to a river pop-up. After betting turn. Okay, call. I saw that his range is pretty wide, and he can stab many no equity hands. You see, this range is pretty narrow, and he doesn't have any 9x off. I'm gonna use bigger size here. So basically, what he can call here, he has ace queen, ace jack, ace queen off in the range. That's our main floats. We block those one. He's gonna call like sixes, sevens, eights, ace high flush draws. Let's see, he's check raising. Check raises a lot. The nines that he has suited, I think he would probably check raise them. I'm gonna go with this size. The question is now what he's gonna do with six, sevens, eights. He's gonna call, of course, ace five. He's gonna call those one. Let's see the river strategy here. Check raise on the turn. He's falling really a lot. Usually check raise on the turn. Uh, he's not. We use the bigger size here, so I don't see a bluff now. That's not bluffing the flop. So if he has like 7-8 of diamonds or 8-10 of diamonds, he's gonna check raise on the flop. He's not gonna do now on the turn. So and he doesn't have a lot of 9x's. Basically, he has 8-9 suited, 9-10 suited, 7-9 suited. I don't think that he's calling like 6-9 suited in those positions. Let's see here. Oh, we don't have sample. Okay. And also, I wanted to say, last time I was streaming, I didn't ever play on stars, and I had such a, I don't know how to explain. I didn't like that stars software at the beginning. Uh, uh, it was hard to get used to it because I played all my life on iPoker. Uh, Bjerg, thanks for. That's my biggest accomplishment, and now the second is on the way, but the it will be in next few days. But when we got first child, it's all changed. It's so sick. But now I'm ready for next one, and it won't be such a problematic experience like it was with the first one. Basically, everything changes. That's the most reason why I didn't even try to play higher stakes. I played mostly uh, when I get the chance. I would start playing like I told you in 1 a.m. and I played mostly on iPoker, and I started to play on stars because whenever you log in into stars, there will be games. And I made a really good sample on Pokerstars. Last time I was streaming, all of you guys told me the stars has the hardest pool. You can beat players on iPoker, but you can do on stars. That's what you said to me when I started that Zoom challenge, and that was even like Zoom 100 challenge. You told me it's really hard on stars. The pools are great. You just don't. There is no way you can get that win rate. And now I play 200,000 hands on stars and on NL 200 most of them, and you can see the results. It's pretty much the same like iPoker, and that's what I was trying to tell you when I started Zoom challenge. But there was a lot of you just saying no, stars are too strong, players are too strong. But basically, I know that on every site, well, on most of the sites, it's the same. Regs are pretty much the same on most of the sites. Even the worst one are on GG that I played on GG Network. That's something that can be compared to anything else. But every other site it's normal. GG is just like most fish players, and that's it. And we have a really interesting comment. Him Warsaid says that he also has daughter, 1 years old, and that has similar shoes like me. Uh, it's it's like that's completely life changing experience, and and the sickest thing of it is that it goes mostly on a woman, on a wife. that's that's what is also really sick about it, because especially in the beginning, so you can handle everything, but it's not easy. And for me it was the worst. That first year is the toughest because me and my wife, like, we are together 13 years and we got never into a fight before we got the child. We were never fighting at all. But when you when you get the child, like, even the best things and worst things, everything goes out. That's like it is. But it strengthens you up. Okay, this spot, 3 bet, and also deep pop up. I'm gonna go like this just to see if we have some type of sample. But for this deep pop up, you need to have a lot of sample to see what he's four betting. Uh, we don't we don't even have one head, so we just can't know anything. But also really useful pop up, especially in Zoom games. If you have the sample, it will help you a lot. I'm gonna add new table here because we are now to 4 tables, four players only. Okay, I know one, two players also. Gold Ben is back. I'm gonna check on monotone boards. Let's go here to see just. I'm gonna delay with smaller size. Check. He didn't 3-bet 9-10 suited and he has 3-bet 23%. So probably a polarized range from the big blind. Okay. ISO here. And I'm gonna leave this table one shorter, and I'm gonna just go with this one. One third. This player is probably fish. I'm gonna go to see. Check on the turn. Yes, he's a fish. Okay. And again, I'm gonna go for defend for a blocking bet. Here we can get called by a lot first hands like 8x, 7x, pocket pairs. I don't know, ace jack, ace queen. What I noticed, I didn't do that before a lot. I didn't study that spots, but PO uses a lot of defending bets, small bets on the river, and that's why I made it in the pop-up, river pop-up, to see how people play against it. It's really important. In many spots, you will want to go with the smaller bet on the river, and a lot players will just react differently to it. Someone will not even raise thin it. He'll just raise normal value range, and some players would raise it thin. Some players will turn hands into bluff, and that's why you need to really, that is spot where you can really make difference. PO uses a lot of them, and I try to incorporate it in my game also. And especially on the MTTs, they are crucial on MTTs. I'm gonna fold this. An interesting question about iPokerX or PokerStarX. I didn't play NL 100, but on 200 I can say that they are probably the same, and I would go that iPoker is tougher a little bit. On iPoker there are more really good players than on PokerStars, because on PokerStars I didn't really good players are in purple, and I don't see them much at all. So I'd say that there are pretty much the same, but I would go with the iPoker that they are better. But the fish also are really different fish players, because here there are a lot of recreational players that are something between fish and they're better than fish. Different. There are not that many recreational players on iPoker. On iPoker there are like big fishes, whales, and regs, and here there are a lot of recros and regs. But fish from iPoker is completely different. There is a lot of on iPoker really aggressive whales that can put you in tougher spots than regs. But so I would answer like that. But on GG network, completely different. Uh, that like completely different type of poker. The guy has 3-bet range of 2. So basically he has like jacks and ace king, I would say. And ace king is 16 combos, and kings and aces are 12. Kings and aces are 12 queens, so on this board I'm gonna call it off. Even we could fold it against this guy. I think we can even fold it before a flop. uh, I see here on the stat name that he has 3-bet range of 2%. I mean, it's not a lot of hands, but I think we can even fold it against him. But he's probably like doing it queens, jacks, and ace king, and he probably doesn't have like limp raise with ace queen off. So, but I think this was mistake. I should just fold it. If I don't have stats, okay, but I see that he did this guy is on stat name really tight in the term of 3-bet range. We're gonna go for maybe another table, but we will see. We will get the tables I usually play in, because in this time I usually start to play just to see. And I found one more table, great, and I'm on the waiting list. And I really see funny nicknames like not vaccinated. You need to be some dude to get that nickname. Also, I will stream on iPoker, so you will see the difference. And on iPoker, we have badge system that is working really good, and also the ranges in the graphs, in the diagrams, and it's a little bit better. But also on stars, it's good. If you compare it to Hold the Manager, you in Hold the Manager you just see the stats and nothing else. Here you can see the range, so that's really important, because you basically you see a range that is written. You don't see it in diagram. You will lose little more time, but you will get to the range, and that's most important. Let me see just something. Yes, these two pop-ups, riverbed pop-up and versus riverbed pop-up, are all the pop-ups you need for the river spots. uh, it's not that much important to even know like is that a GTO bluff, because many bluffs. Look at this. This is fault. Okay, I got in the table. Okay. Ah, great, now it's good. Calling this. I use also polarized big blind strategy. King 7, nothing. Jack 7 also. And also I wanted to say that in the near future I plan to make MTT HUD, because there is no good MTT HUDs at all. And I started to learning a lot of on the MTTs, and I exactly have in my head what it needs to have. And we're gonna break one table again. And I'm gonna make it in the near future. Currently I play with the holder manager, my old HUD, and it's not that good at all. I'm gonna fold king 4 against this player. Fold here. And also I will stream in the Sunday. There is 10 million Sunday million, so I'm gonna stream it. And soon I will make that MTT HUD, because in my head I exactly know what it needs to have. And also we plan to add for Breakthrough, we plan to add really cool future. It will be really good because it will show you how people play in pots of like 30 big blinds deep, 30 big blinds pot on the river. Because some player will, you will see stats fold the river 60%, but you don't know is that 60, that is just general 60%. Some players in the 10 big blind pot, they will fold 20%. And that's really important to know how the players play when there is certain money on the line, because some of them in like that small pots they will overcall, they will just don't fold anything, and that spots are also really important and go in your win rate. And that's why I will add that feature where you will see exactly how they play in small pots, how they play in bigger pots. Currently we only have how they play deep, but I want to also have how they play, because I just see like when we go to the showdown, I see some sick hands that just because it's a small pot, and other players just also overfold a lot that small pot. They just don't care about them, and I really want to have that feature to identify all of them how they play, and that is what I'm gonna add in the future. Ivan asked me how long is my average session. My average session is 6 hours long, around 6 hours. And when I play MTTs, it can get to like 15 hours, because when I play MTTs and immediately after that I play cash, so it can be really long. Oh, just let me see which type of guy is this, Mr. Mites. Okay, I'm gonna check the monotone board. Guy is a big fish, 72.45, 3-bet range 25%. Okay, check call. pretty good card for us, definitely. So I'm just gonna go with the size like we have an ace-x. And I try to say when I play MTTs, it can get sick. I can just play. I play MTT session and immediately after that cash, and MTT starts like in the afternoon, in the like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Uh, and then I'm finished like in 1 a.m. and then I play cash like till I don't know 5 6 a.m. It all depends how I feel. If I feel good and I'm in the mood to playing, then great. I don't know this guy. Just let me see how is his nickname. Isagior. Okay. I g. Okay. Let's see what he is. He's a fish. We can go warbet also on the 7. I use small size on the flop so I can have many of them. Let's see what this happened here. Okay, it was straight on straight. Let's see what. So this guy called tribute with Jack 10 off. Or it was queen. The Jack 10 off, right? And he was pretty tight. Open sixes. Also fish. I'm gonna fold sixes against this type of tribute range probably. This range is probably like jacks plus ace king. And he's not full stack, so I'm not gonna call sixes against this. Think real tight fish. Three bet this hand always. 4-6 fold. Also, I will include some Zoom sessions. I don't play Zoom at all, but just for the older times, I wanted to see if I'm improved in it. It still hurts, that Zoom challenge, and I would like to to do it again, but I lost too much nerves and time. Let's see the range what he's calling. Okay, we just see the eights here. And it would be now would be nice to see the ranges and to see the stats if we had them. Let's see his overcaller range, 21%. Okay, so he's squeezing around 10. That's like 30% of hands in. So that's like ace 10 off plus, king 10, queen 10 off in that range. So a lot of 10x's. I'm gonna check the river if I had the opportunity. He would bet 8x, but he can still check 10x. I'm gonna go with the new table. I'm gonna use bigger size on the low board. And I'm gonna go here. I'm I'm gonna add myself on a wait list once more. I have one good table, so I know 5 players. Where I know 5 of them. Oh, this guy I don't know. Time our bluff. I think he's reg just from the nickname. I feel as he's a reg neat probably. Okay. The good thing is that tomorrow I will have sound immediately on the beginning of the session. That's good. Okay, just I'm gonna open 8s. You see, he's calling. Okay, you see ace 10, but from the stats we see 44% call range. This is call range. In position we see here 15%. He'll probably have like 40% of range. Probably has like king 9 here off, jack 9, 9, 10 off. Here we see a squeeze range against early middle position 12% of hands. We only see ace queen against the hero 22% of hands. Think 8s are call always. And let's go to a multi-way to see. Okay, we don't have sample how he plays in a multi-way. I don't like this spot. We need to call the flop because with this size he can bet wider range. And this guy overcalled. This guy can have 6x here. Can have like 3s, 5s. He can even float ace queen 3-way. If he's betting here, I'm folding because I don't think he's gonna bluff ace king into 2 players, or I don't know what type of hand, like king jack of clubs, king 10 of clubs. That are hands that can bet like 1/3 and get away with. Iron Man. I thought we played Zoom 100. I remember that nickname. Can you confirm, did we play Zoom before when I made that Zoom challenge? I remember you. I think we did play. This was tough spot. The flop, I think, even in 2 players with 1/3 he can bet many hands, and now it would be a really cool thing to have sample, but we unfortunately didn't have it. We have good sample on this player. Let me see. Okay, I have better sample. I will leave this table and get to a better one. To a better one, yes. Ivan says that I would that I need to update night, but I I thought that my Twitch guy did it, but it seems that he didn't do it. I will do it. I'll tell him to do it. So just to see, if you go like this, okay, it opens even this. I will need to update it. I will. This is first stream, so I thought that he did it. He should have done it. I don't know why he didn't do it. Six four fold. Okay, we have decent sample on these guys. What I was trying to say before, I forgot. Yes, I was talking about Iron Man. That I remember him from that Zoom challenge. I'm sure I played against him. It just is in my memory. Yes, and also I wanted to talk about that 8-8 spot. So the guy bet into me and a fish and a board 2-4-6. Okay, he can bet ace king there, ace queen. He can bet like king 10 suited, queen 10. I would bet like queen 10, jack 10, stuff that are blocking my tens and jacks and nines. Uh, and also he has equity against the fish with 2 overs. But on the turn when the queen hits, the fish can definitely have ace queen. He's not gonna fold ace queen on that size 3-way. And also I can have aces. I would slow play in that spot, play like aces, maybe even sometimes kings. I would have also. I mean, eights are pretty good hand for that flop, but we just need to call the flop, I think. But that depends on the player's strategy. Some players will like never see bet ace king there 3-way when the fish is in. They will not even ever see bet jack 10 suited or stuff like that. But I just don't know. We didn't have sample, and on the turn I don't feel I can call there. And on the flop against 1/3 size 3-way and eights. But pretty tough spot generally, and that's why in multi-way you want to have the sample to know what the guy is doing in multi-way, to just to see his receive frequencies. It would be important, but unfortunately I didn't have anything, and it was tough. But I think the fold on the turn is the way to go. And I'll check this Dakar guy. I'll check this flop behind. Dakar is. He's a reg, and he played 800,000 hands. So I'm gonna go 3-bet here. Really 1/4 size, like what he's betting, like 4s or 5s, pocket 4s, pocket 5, like I don't know, and like ace 3. Let's go here to see how this player plays against the 3-bet. He 4-bets, and he 4-bets pretty often. Let's see the range that he's 4-betting with. We saw the ace king in this spot. We see a small we see a poker 7s here. We are definitely always calling this hand. Let's go to a 4-bet pop-up now. We see that his range is even with the smaller ones. Okay, I think I'm going to just shove. When I see that pocket pairs, lower pocket pairs, I'll just go to a shove, and he's c-betting every flop. We can go for raise 40, but in this spot against this type of side, I'm going to jam. I feel jam is better against the size that he used. because we also saw that he has hand like pocket sevens, and he's betting all the flops. That's why I decided to ship. Okay, let's see his check. Okay, this guy's not check folding a lot. I'm gonna go with the orbit here. To 8 is a fold, okay. I have a second table where I have a little better sample, but here everybody's full stack, and I'm gonna just then stay here. Richie Chichi. Richie Chichi. That's the guy I played against on iPoker. Hello, Richie Chichi. Where are you, man? I played on iPoker, uh, but I didn't saw you there. Last time, I played last few days also there, and I didn't see you. We had a lot of play against each other, right? I remember we played really a lot. You, me, there was history. But I didn't see you in the really long time. A really long time I didn't see you. But definitely I remember you, and I think we played like 200,000 hands against each other. We played really a lot. Uh, I this hand is good step. We block ace jack and ace 10 hands that are generally checking multi-way. We I think it's a really good step. We don't have sample, but really good step. And also I will stream my poker in here. We'll stream my poker also. Maybe you can also be there. We can play against each other again. And you know what is funny? I can tell your stats from my head. I just remember like many information about how you play. Fold there. And on night poker, I will definitely play uh, only 4 tables. I just get used to playing 4 tables on stars, and last few days I played 6 tables on iPoker, and I played heads up also against some guy, and I was like pretty fucked up spot. I missed like 5 6 times. I missed aces. I missed. I had a set and fold on the river where I have nuts and stuff like that. Crazy. I was really mad. And on the river I get a king high flush, and the guy bet small, and I was trying to see if I'm gonna raise with which size, and I didn't know that I don't have time anymore, and I was really crazy. I just get used to stars 4 tables, and now even 6 tables are a little too much. It's much better when you have that time. I really enjoy stars like 4 tables. You got really all the time you need to make decisions. Really good one. So definitely I will only stream 4 tables. Most of the time 4 tables, my usual sessions, and on MTT I can play like 10 MTTs without problem. Okay, this one is fold. King deuce fold. King 9 nothing. We just open it. If everybody folded. This guy defends 57% of range. Sixes will be open. And also I want to stream MTTs. I really want And if you want, also we can work some PO into it. uh, I have also a GTA trainer and I've trained in it, so we can do it together. It's really helpful. It can help you level up your game. So really, it can be fun when there's a lot of people in PO and we can play. That will be good in PO. Learn. Go through interesting hands also to see if the opponents played it correctly, if we played it good. Okay, open it. Not vaccinated. I'm gonna check him out. He's for sure reg, but we're gonna see what type of red he. This is always called vaccinated, not vaccinated. 3-bet range 7.8%. Okay. It's important here to know if he has polarized range or not. Because polarized range has hands like Jack 8 off and hits this board nicely, has 9-10 off, part of it, King 8, he has gut shots, he has a lot of that stuff. I'm gonna go, when he's checking this board up, it's always shown downable hand because he needs to bet it really aggressively. I'm gonna go like overbet here. He should bet this board really aggressively. A really good card for us. We have like every queen jack here. We have like every king queen that he doesn't have. We can go with the 1/3. Yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go with 1/3 here. I can go also shove here. I'm just gonna go 1/3 because I have a lot of jack X's, king jack, queen jack, and I'm gonna bet those one. Even 1/4 is a great sub. I should go 1/4 here. I think also this nice hand to protect the jacks. We are of course calling a shove here, and it's really nice to protect that jack range, jack X. Three bet here. Also really good board for us for our 3-bet range. Go with the bigger size. I don't know him versus. Let's Richie says a couple things. Those were the battles. It was many things going on, but I like to play it against him, and we can ask if he did like to play against me. It was fun, but Rich is also a good player, so if guy is 4-betting, I'll just only call with the aces. We are deeper, and my strategy when it's deeper, I don't have any 5-bet range. I'm just gonna call everything in 4-bet range. I'm gonna check these aces. Go with the lower size here. Nines. I'm just thinking about what to do on the river. Like, is he not stepping nines or tens? I would say that he is. So basically, I don't see what value we would get from a bet here. I mean, I was gonna always call aces here because he can turn pocket pairs into bluff. But if he checked, I wouldn't bet, just because I think this player would bet nines or tens on the turn, and I don't see what we are calling with. We have aces, we block like ace queen. Okay, he can have like 8 9, but also he can step like 8 9, and we don't have a blocker to diamonds. So this guy has wider calling range. Let's see, obviously 6 7 off calling against UTG or middle position. That stuff is also important. Him is saying, why don't I see all comments in chat? I only see them in your screen. I'm gonna just say, what do you mean, man? And can everybody else tell me? Do they see the other people comments? I really don't know. I really don't know. It should be. I didn't do. I didn't mess like any settings or stuff. It should be. It should be good. So basically, you're saying him that in your screen there aren't comments of other people. Can everybody else says that things also in them, and why would that? Why would something like that happen? If they have idea why. Let's see. I'm gonna fold this against 21%. Calling here. I'm gonna go for a small check raise. We have king queen here, king jack, that are occasional check raises. We have fours, 4 6 suited, king 6 king 4 suited. When he's trivetting it, we are folding, we don't have anything. Against 2 regs, in a multi-way pots, I have check range on most of boards, so I'm checking here. If I have position of on both of them, then I have a c-bet range, but when I'm out of position to only even one range out of position, you're just not equity favorite on any boards, almost any boards, and you can just have a check range on all boards. Then we are using delay c-bets or bets and stuff like that. Okay, now everything is good. That's what I like to hear. And in multi-way pots, it's so they are so skill kept, so skill kept, and you practice them a lot in MTTs. They are so skill kept, and that's why I wanted to have good multi-way pop-up, so I can identify people ranges in that spots. Uh, People played mostly regs overfold them really a lot, overfold them. They don't check raise against Cbet and call a lot. They play it real passively also. Their calling range is condensed a lot and stuff like that, and you want to have that information to just able to know, okay, this player is doing that. That's why I let's see, for example, in this player, because I have sample on him solid. You see, this is single raise spot, multi-way in position. That means that this is when the opponent has position on both or in multi-way pot. It doesn't important how many players he has position in and how he plays that spot. You see a CBET 67%, double barreling turn 33%, river never. Let's see his flop C betting range. We see that trash gutshots are with the lower size, top pairs are with the higher size. So basically, we have a really good idea how he plays. Also, out of position 26%. That means that he is that means that he is using CB strategy in multi-way pots when he is out of position to at least one opponent, and it's 26%. It's a lot higher than it should be, because that indicates that this player has c-bet range. Let's see on which board of he bet on the ace king 9, but even on the ace king 9 he's not in when there are three ranges, it's not easy bet with ace 8. He's not even equity favorite in that spot, so he should be also checking that spot. But people just played incorrectly these spots, and you want to know, for example, you see turn barrel stats, flop check fold high, flop c-bet and fold versus raise 100%. It's 2 times, but still it indicates that if he's betting in the two players and folding, it indicates that his range is not strong, that he has bluffs probably. And you want to know, these are crucial informations how they play multi-way. Really crucial informations. And also you have how they play when they're on the blinds. Check fold versus flop c-bet is pretty low versus stab folding everything. Check raising versus stab nothing. Check raising versus c-bet 1/3, but we don't see what type of hand. Well, 32%, but I don't see what which hands he had. Check call versus c-bet. This is also really cool. You can see what hands he did check call multi-way. On a flop versus c-bet, we see that against below 60% of pot, he called the draw. He called even this like pocket 3. But we also know that from stats, because we don't see that he's not folding really a lot. Let's go to a big blind versus small blind pop up. We can bet king 9 1/3. His range is like 55%. It shouldn't be king 6 off in that range, which is important. Let me see if I'm correct. In this spot, I'm gonna check. He's gonna stab like only ace-x, I feel. With bluffs, of course. Stabbing is only 25%. I'm gonna fold it. King 9 is not good bluff on the turn. We could bluff hands like 9-10 off. We had 2 overcards on the 6, but not king 9. This is on a call. 19% against us, 25%. We don't see a hand range, but we can generally assume like ace 10 off, queen jack off, stuff like that. Really good board for him. He should be betting this board frequently, like 70% plus. He's betting like ace king, ace queen, king queen, king 10. Even with the lower size, he should be betting nines, eights, and stuff like that. So this is always fold. Fold here. I'm using only 3-better fold strategy from every position except a button and a big blind. And there I have call range. Every other position only is 3-better fold. And also, I had a Twitch guy Twitch manager that changed my layout and everything, graphics. It's little pinky, but it seems like that's the way that he thinks about me, so he did it like that. I didn't give him any instructions, he just did what he thought that is best. So it's a little bit pinky, but I like it, it's okay. And mostly I'm gonna play 2-4 tables, and when I play MTTs I can also get like 6 maximum when I would stream an iPoker, but that's it. And then we can compare sites. And if anybody here plays GG, let me say, did you notice that the pool is a lot different than GG? On GG is like many players like 30, 15, 25, 12. I just didn't see like it's possible. Most players are like that. But its software is so shitty. I mean, you get a bad beat, Daniel Negreanu comes back at the table dancing. I just I saw what is this? Is this normal? What is this? Like a video game. Pretty sick. I like 3-4 times I wanted to just crush the monitor, and so hard so hard software to play it. The worst software there is, in my opinion. iPoker, iPoker has for me that old school software, but this GG is sick. And I don't care, like you have that promotions that are good, but everything else is, in my opinion, bad. But the players are definitely something. There are 4 fish at the table on and 2 racks. Like that's how it goes there. King 9 fold. And in the Sunday is $10 million dollars. Sunday million. And there will be like 100,000 players more. Okay, let's see what happened. Let's try to see how they play a bit. I want to know what happened. Okay, step check raise. Okay, so he check raises 4-5, which is okay. Okay, he played it. Okay, he bet the turn with 4-5? It's clear bet turn. He check raise it, which is okay. Bet turn. No, he checked the turn here. I think it's clear bet turn with the flowers draw. Okay, this guy will have 7-8 probably, and 7-8 off in his range, but still 4-5 can bluff on the river. Maybe fold him out of the some hands like 9x, good runouts. But definitely bet 4-5, I think. There's too much possibilities and playabilities to make a bigger pots and also to fold better hands. And also he's against a wide range that has many 9 off hands. 9x off, like 8-9 off. This is fold, fold. I just need to get into the stream shape also. I was streaming that Zoom challenge for 1 month and a half every day. That was sick. We had a lot of people on the stream. It was like 300, 200, 100, between 100 and 300 people watching the streams. Many people that played against me. I played Zoom, and it's a big pool, so they wanted to see my hands. It was interesting. But for me, I always said that it's Zoom is so different type of poker. You just don't have dynamics at all. Table dynamics, it's like off the table. I'm gonna fold king 10 against 11% of range. Uh, it's like different type of poker, and I don't like that format. But it requires a different skill set. Definitely, you need to have a lot more skills there. You need to also, I think, work on a pool analysis. I don't ever do that because I mostly just get to know the players and I just don't do it. And in Zoom, you just need to go like pool analysis, because I notice a lot of forbetting in a Zoom. Uh, Really a lot of forbetting because people they don't have many sample and they just go for. I notice like ace jack or forbet always on many players. And later I just get used to it and I change my strategy. I was shoving a lot more. I was showing like ace 5 suited, ace 4 suited, the bluffs that are pure shoving, but I shove them always against them then, and I started to shoving king 10 suited, and I started to slow play like kings, queens, aces, ace king, and that worked good. But generally different strategy and uh, different skill set. Let's see what will happen here. This fish player probably has a lot of 10x's, and I think that is what this guy is thinking about. Maybe he can get him like out of ace king. Just let me see what happened exactly to know. Fold, fold. Let's see what happened. 4-bet, okay. 3x 4-bet, big 4-bet. 1/3 standard size c-bet. Even he can go bigger size against. On this board structure I would use bigger size. And then he gave up. I think this player has pretty wide range, and I think I would shove a lot against him. You see that he doesn't fall to a 3-bet at all. Okay, I'm gonna use 1/3 here. Let's see how he plays post flop. He didn't check raise once. Let's see how. Okay, call c-bet 50%. Okay, he needs to call a lot of like ace high. Ace 10 is a lot standard float here against 1/3. I'm gonna go for an overbet here with this. 10 is good for us. We have also tens here. We have king 10. Also we have strong draws. We have like queen jack that he's, I don't know, is he floating, but he's not floating all combos. We have hands like jack 9 also. So we had good draws also mixed in. I'm gonna go with 1/3 here with that ace, which real good card for us. We're gonna go to another table. Let's see. Fold here. Ah, so one table that I know everybody. Fold there. Okay. Iron Man, I don't know. I tried to remove it, but I think the only way I could remove it is to smash my monitor. I didn't know any other way, but it was pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. And what happened, I couldn't turn him off. I was just clicking, and he was just dancing. It was sick. And irritatingly dancing, really irritatingly. Against this type of 3-bet fold. He was really annoying, and really annoying software, and not just the dancing, many other stuff. It was just, I just didn't enjoy it. The tables are breaking, and there's not currently, there's not a lot of tables also going on. I think I will maybe finish. Okay, and I get the table. Okay, I thought about maybe finishing for today, but we get the table, we can continue. I need to go to into a shape of streaming. I didn't stream for 3 years. How long? 2.5 years. I didn't stream. I worked a lot, I must say. I worked a lot in PO. I worked a lot on my MTTs, and also MTTs helped me in the cash game. I worked a lot. I learned a lot new stuff. Um, I just feel much better than before. And also I want to win some big MTTs on stream. That would be really good. I would really love that. And also when I streamed, I really felt focused before. I remember I was just always in the range talking. I was just, but now it feels so strange for me. Maybe maybe I should go for it, 4 tables. Then there would be more action. But like this, we can just talk, for example, of every part of hand, and we can talk about that other people play the hand. I think it's more beneficial like this when you talk about the range, about the hand, about the program pop-ups. It's more better for viewers to. Unfortunately, we just get table breaking up a lot. I think this way it's beneficiary for people. They can see the program better, and we can talk about small stuff. And it's probably a lot better like this. Okay, I'm gonna add 2 tables more on the watch list, waiting list. And also I wanted to say about scripts on iPoker. I really hate that scripting. I never used scripts before, but now I was like forced to. But I hate that. It's so unfair, and I don't like it at all. And that's the reason why I'm not that fan of the iPoker anymore. I prefer now Pokerstars. There is no scripts, and also I thought about playing on the adding 888, but iPoker software is for me really nice because I started to play on iPoker when I started playing poker, and it feels like home for me. But that scripts, they just need to find a way to fix that. They added an anonymous thing, but it's not really a good solution in my opinion. They need to change it like here, like here on the Pokerstars. You just need to change it because like this, scripters has unfair advantage. I don't like it. People don't like it. Uh, I even saw nicknames like "fuck you scripters," and I was really happy when I saw that nickname because it's just annoying that you can get into a tables and then, for example, on like NL 400 there, table breaks in the seconds, and you can just they're just if you don't have a script, you will never get into the table, never, because they'll just when the fish leaves, they will just break the table and you just can go in. That's really big problem I think in poker now, that scripts, and they're not also cheap. They just and no, I mean that should be take care of. The site needs to protect the players, not the guys that are making scripts. I will get. But him says about insurance, but that feels like playing blackjack. I don't like to play blackjack. If I want to play blackjack, I go in casino and play blackjack. But this way, I don't like that fucking insurance, and I didn't even knew works, how that works insurance there, because there's insurance on turn on river, like betting. It feels strange. It doesn't feel natural at all. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. The software. The software is shitty, really shitty. Okay. Uh, they're just not tables free. There is like many tables with the high wait list in, unfortunately. I think I will finish then for now, for today. I will every day I will be after 10. Every day I will stream. Okay, I'll call this. And sometimes I will mix 4 tables in. Sometimes I will mix 2 of them. Call this. So one to tabling for viewer. Him is saying that 1 to tabling for viewer is the best. Yes, it's the best if I wanted to talk about every spot that we are in. It's the far the best. And if we have the sample, it will be also beneficiary, so I can show you the pop-ups and everything. Um, yes, I agree. And now the tables opens immediately. You're referring him that I don't talk about the scripts. I just hate it. I just had to say it. I don't like that. I hate it. I agree. It can, but I just mean that iPoker is iPoker is the problem. They're allowing it. They're definitely not wanting to resolve it. And what I was trying to say, I will stream uh, every day, and we can go into details, into pop-ups. There are a lot good pop-ups I wanted to show you, and how to use them. The two of them are really good for like low and mixed stakes players. These two river bet pop-up where you have everything about how the player plays river, hands that he is betting, uh, sizes that he is using. So basically, you get like every information you need, uh, how player is playing river as aggressor, and other one is versus river bet. So how player play against the river bet, and you will see you will just exactly know, okay, I need to bluff this player because he's over falling in this spot, and you just don't even need to think, okay, is this a GTO bluff? Do I need to bluff this or not? So really, these two pop-ups are really good if you have the sample. They are best in the game if you have the sample, and I think many players will just use them a lot because you will see a lot of pattern against folding against bigger sizes, not bluff raising at all. I mean, I was just surprised. I called that river raises pretty lightly with hands that are generally called, and when I was like going into the sample with players I had, I just saw like they were never bluff raising, especially against taller bets and bigger sizes, and that will help you a lot. Ah, you were ironic with the insurance. I mean, sick thing, really sick thing. Uh, if you want, we can go to try to. I wanted to go to Pio, but currently there wasn't any interesting hands that we can go in, except that hand with Ace King and Ace Queen, where we raised Ace Queen. It would, I think, it would be nice to go in that to see a dead hand, but I need to quit stars to do it, and I will do it. I just want to see if we add that. I will just first show the hand, just that you can see what I was trying to which what I was trying to talk about that hand. What is the hand I'm talking about exactly? Okay, let's go here and let's see. Let's try to find the hand. Okay, this is the hand I was. Okay, we three bet the guy 4 bet us, and we saw that he is. Let's see, is this him? Okay, he's laden. These are ladens. Okay, these are his. Let's go to Pio. I'll just leave Pokerstars and let's go to Pio to to see the hand. and to talk about it in PO for fast. Okay, I will open PO now. Poker site is closed. I think I need to just leave Hand2note and then go to PO. And now I can go to Hand2note, yes. Let's go just fast to go to that hand. I want to know what will happen if we add hands like pocket sevens there. Does PO then raises a lot of ace queens. Okay, so we will add the range out of position. I will just add 100 BBs. It was a cutoff versus a 3-bet. Cutoff button was 4-betting it. Cutoff button and cutoff 25, right? So this is the range that he should be doing it with. And we will see. We saw that we will add we'll see first GTO, and then we will add a little bit more of this pocket pairs that I saw that he has in the range, because he was 4-betting really a lot. I will go here. Okay, this one is deep. What's here? Out of position for 3-better. Okay, I saw a 4-bet range. Here we saw okay, we saw sevens here. Okay, sevens. We saw that his 4-betting range, he's 4-betting a lot. So we will add more hands like pocket sevens, pocket eights, and some more bluffs, just to see generally what to do. Okay, this is his range. This will be the mine range. So we are button versus a 4-bet from cutoff. So cutoff raises button, and we called on a button call. So this is the range we should be calling on a button. Basically pocket pairs that we are 3-betting in, part of the ace queen. We are slow playing always aces, jack stands are always called, nines also, eights. So pretty suited broadways, pretty standard calls, and the board was okay, 5 of diamonds, 4 and queen. A pot was 46, 107. Okay, that's it. He used a pretty bigger size. I remember it was 40%. Let's see exactly how much it was. 43%. Okay, pretty big size. So his strategy will be pretty much ship on the turn. And here we will have shove, and I would use this. If the hands goes on the turn like this, okay, like this. I'll also donk on the turn. Okay. Okay, we have everything just to see build 3. I want to see what changes if the guy has wider range. Do we raise more of the ace queen? Do we shove more of bluffs. I just want to see difference. Okay, he's betting all his range. Okay, we are just calling here. See, we are only calling here with the ace queen. And then we are shoving ace 3, and that's it. And we'll go now to a lock node, and we'll just put his, okay, not lock, I'll just first put his range a little more differently. I will add more these hands. I will add like every jacks here. I will add half of the tens, nines, eights, sevens. We'll put it like this. I'll put like this because we saw that he's three betting a lot more. And I will add these hands. I will add part of these hands also as suited broadways, and I will add a third of the ace jack off. Okay. Let's see now. Do we shove more of the ace queen now? Let me just turn off delay just to see what will happen if I turn it immediately now. I think it will close the stream first. I should just end the stream and then go to here. Let's do it like this first, and for the future times we can do it like that. Okay, so strategy changes a lot of now. With more hands, he's checking more of this middle part of the range. You see, like nines, tens, they want to check a lot. Jacks also. He's balancing this with the queens. So basically he's checking a lot more of that stuff, betting this star, ace 5 and ace 4, which is, and ace 3 with a gut shot, ace king most of the times, ace jack with the blockers. Okay, so he's betting that, and we are still not raising ace queen. We are raising it not often. We are raising it only 20% of time. But if we look it up, we saw that the guy was c-betting everything. He c-bet 6 out of 6 times in a 4-bet pot, and his range is not like super nuts heavy. So just let's say that he's betting more, or like he's betting like this. What would happen then? What if we say that he's betting like 80%? What would happen now? I just want to see what will happen now, because now just Pia has to, because we saw that guy is raising, that guy is c-betting everything. His c-bet strategy is, this is his in 3-bet pots, and I will go to the 4-bet pot. I just remember that he was like betting everything. This is 4-bet pop-up, and 6 out of 6 times he made a 4-bet and he bet. So he will bet more than GTO for sure. He will probably bet like nines here, tens here, jacks. And if he's betting all that crap on this board, I mean, if he's betting all of that, including his bluffs, I just feel like shove is better. Let's see. Okay, he's betting now bigger, and we are just raising a little more of this, and we are raising queen 10 with the bluff with the ace 3 and king 10 suited, and we're just calling this. I just want to see if we put 100% of range, what will happen. It's just strange. It's just strange that it's strange that it is strange that we are not raising more. Okay, he's betting all his range. Let's say he's betting all his range. Do we increase the raise? Ah, I saw. Okay. Yes. I understand now. I understand now what you didn't see everything here. Let me see. Okay. I will just do it. I'll just change the layout. Now it's good. I fucked up. I didn't realize, but okay. I just put it here that he's betting all his range, because basically the result of everything is that Pio is raising between 20 and 30% of ace queen, and now I put it that the guy is betting all his range, that I feel that it is, because 6 out of 6 times he did c bet out of the position, he will basically c bet again in this spot, and I put it that he's betting all his range that he used pre-flop, and if he's betting all his range, Pio is still not not he even raises ace queen. He just don't even raise ace queen at all, and he's defending with calls. He's showing like queen jack and queen 10 with the ace 3 mix of the ace 3 and ace jack suited. So if the guy played the GTO, we could raise 20% of the ace queen. If he played like I thought that he played, he shouldn't we shouldn't be raising at all with ace queen, which is, I think, strange to me, because basically when somebody is over c-betting, you are punishing him with raising range, but the problem is that we don't have enough bluffs. That's why the Pio is doing like this. Let's see now if when we shove, his calling range is ace king of diamond always, so the guy played it correctly, but he doesn't call a lot of ace king off, and he basically calls most of ace of clubs and king of clubs. Yes, that's it. So the guy played hand correctly, and we didn't play it the most perfect way. I just felt when I saw the like 7s, 8s, 9s in my head, I thought about a lot of range that he's c-betting, and I just wanted to shove an ace queen, against him, but I didn't thought that I don't have a lot of bluffs really there. So basically I made a mistake. I should have called it, and by going into a lock you can see stuff like that. Okay, for the next time I will try to work the problems with with the with the layouts of the of Pia, because I wanted to show the whole screen, and it will be better. Like I know how it needs to look. Uh, so next time, tomorrow, same time, we'll play also two tables. I think it will be sound in the beginning, and we can go through it. So thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.